And welcome back to In the Can. We are, again, it's just day 2 of the Sundance Film Festival year 2011. And I'm going to say this, and I mean it sincerely, one of my favorite Sundance directors, Miranda, is here with us, and Hamish Linklater. Her actor is with us as well. And they are bringing their film, The Future, to Sundance. Premieres tonight. So we were just talking about that. This is the first time you mentioned. This is the first time that a full audience is going to be able to see this film. So what goes through your minds, both as an actor and as a director, as you're kind of contemplating actually showing this thing that you've been working on for such a long time? I just made you more nervous.
Yeah,
really
for some reason, when you said the date, when you said 2011, for some reason that made me really nervous. Earlier, before, I don't know why. I was like, right, it's now.
Well, don't be nervous
now
about a
is
new year.
2011. I know. Maybe it reminded me of The Future, which is the name of my movie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and like my motto for the festival is keep your knees bent, which means like, you know,
so
like when you're yeah, exactly, right? Isn't that like a boxer thing or something? Keep moving, you know, just like, because you don't know what'll happen, and any little thing could throw you off. So the bent knees is gonna be key for me.
That's a good motto.
You can do it too.
No, I'm gonna do straight legs and hydrating.
Yeah, just let the water actually create the fluidity of the body, right? Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about the movie. There's a lot of really interesting conversation going on around it. People blogging about it already. A lot of people very excited to see it, obviously. What's the premise? What got you excited about it?
Well, I mean, after the last movie, which had kind of a bigger ensemble cast, I thought next time I'm going to go further with just a few people, and it's really just the two of us and one other major character played by David Warshawski, and it's about a couple. The cat you keep hearing about, the talking cat, is the cat that we're getting ready to adopt in a month, and it's a sick cat that's going to need around-the-clock care, kind of like a baby, and so we mentally are in that framework of like, what is everything we've ever wanted to do before responsibility hits, and the movie is sort of what happens and kind of the crisis that unfolds, and it's a darker movie than the last one, and I feel like
design, or is that just how it kind of grew?
I think to be honest, the last movie to me had a lot of sadness in it, also humor, totally. And this one's the same way. There's humor and sadness, but I think like when you go further and you have more time with each person, you get into deeper stuff. And to me, that was the joy of it. Like that was the great challenge.
Well, and I think it's an experience, and maybe you can talk about it as you kind of re-experience as an actor. It's something we all go through, that re-examination of our lives when a catalyst comes into our life, you know. And in this case, the couple kind of reforms their lives a little bit. They change behaviors, they change environment. Was that something that came naturally to you as you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I remember that period. I've been in a relationship today is actually my 9-year wedding anniversary. Isn't that so sweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully my wife will show up eventually, but to the festival. But that sort of moment when you become that much more adult, and that's sort of. I mean, it's ephemeral, but and basically probably the only person who can tell that story accurately is a cat in a cast, you know.
And there's a lot of surrealism in the film, obviously. Talking cats. There's some. Apparently, you have a discussion with the moon at some point.
Yeah.
How does that work into the story? I mean, this is a very real story, obviously, with such a small ensemble. You're really getting into characters. You're getting into relationships. How did you interweave that kind of surreal nature?
Well, I guess, going back to what I said about the sadness and wanting to go deeper, that was my way into that. Like, you know, surrealism can be funny and like clever and jokey, but I used it to go into unspeakable things. So those are, in fact, some of the darkest parts of the movie, which I think maybe helps. I think my feeling was like, well, it's best to go out on a limb there and show it in a new way, because it lets you feel the feelings in a new way. Instead of just like, oh, this is the sad part, you're like, what is that feeling? You feel it anew. Yeah.
Good. Well, I know you brought a clip.
Right.
I'm going to set that up real quick, and then we'll take a look at it.
So this is early on. I'm wanting to pursue some of my dreams in this last month, but I feel like I keep getting distracted by the internet, something that I'm sure no one can relate to.
None of us can understand that.
And so while he was gone during the day, I had the internet shut off, and I'm telling him that it's about to be shut off, so we only have a short time
and
left.
panic ensues.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. This is the future. And it's such a great picture on how dependent we get on that. We need the internet. We love the internet. What are you looking up? I don't know. Maps. We don't even know why we need it. We just need it. It's like, and it just such a great little snippet of the willingness to be human again, yet at the same time how dependent we really are on our
We're actually
environment.
going to have to talk to each other after that happens.
How's that going to work?
That's not good for any relationship.
You have to get your books out again, that kind of thing. Well, one interesting, I was noticing the setting there. We were talking a little bit before we came on. You literally shot this thing across the street from where you live.
Right. It just worked out that way. I mean, you're looking for the perfect location, and then it turns out it's something you've driven past for the last 6 years, And it's funny because I now continue to drive past that apartment. And I'm always like, there's Sophie and Jason, that's our characters, still living in there, like, see, I pretend that the movie goes on.
You ever listen to see if there's a cat talking or anything like that? You never know. It could be an alternate universe going on in that building that you've left behind.
No, that's totally possible.
You drive by and you're rooting for them, hoping that things are working out a little bit.
Did you notice there's a weird sculpture?
I
in the
thought you
median?
might have done that.
I didn't do it. There's just a weird sculpture not on the property, but in the median as you drive past it, that says "certainly."
Really?
That someone threw up there. I'm taking it as a good sign.
As a great sign. Take that as a good sign. And you've got the premiere today. Very excited about that. So good luck. And of course, it'll be showing throughout the festival as well. The movie is called The Future. Director Miranda July and Hamish Linklater. Thank you so much for being here. We know you got a busy week, and we've got a busy show. We're going to be wrapping up here in just a second, and of course, we'll be here throughout the week. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in the can.